Welcome back, designers. In today's tutorial, I will show you how you're going to be creating a word cloud to let me know a little bit more about you. In this word cloud, you guys are going to write 10 different attributes that make up who you are, and we're going to take each of these attributes and put them inside of an attractive graphic similar to this one. I'll show you guys how you can customize the colors, customize the shape, customize the fonts, and create a really cool word cloud so that you guys can share it with the class. Without further ado, let's get started. We're going to be using the word art generator linked in your assignment description on Schoology. And you guys can see by default, it already includes 3 different words that we're actually going to be erasing and filling up with our own attributes. So I identify as an artist, so that's one of the attributes I'm going to be putting in. I am a boy mom, so I'm going to be putting that in as well. I'm going to put in that I'm a dog lover, I'm a wife. At the time of this video, I am 35 years old, and I love to paint. So anything that describes you, you're going to be basically going and putting into this word cloud. You want to have at least 10 different attributes that describe you. So if you're an athlete, you would write athlete. Maybe if you like to play basketball, then you would write basketball. So anything that describes you specifically. Now that I have 10 different attributes that describe me, I want to see what kind of cloud it's going to create. So I'm going to click right over here, this button that says Visualize, and it's going to generate a word cloud for me by default. Now it looks pretty cool, but I think I can customize it even further. If you go and add new attributes to the word cloud, so let's say in addition to the 10 that I wrote here already, I add an additional one, such as, let's say I write hungry, just because I can't think of something else. And I click Visualize, it's going to update automatically to include that word somewhere in there. But now I want to go and customize the shape, the colors, the fonts, and the layout of my word cloud a little further. So I'm going to click where it says Shape. And there's several different shapes that you guys can select from. Some of these are going to be a little bit cheesy and maybe not high school appropriate, but you can actually go and look up different categories of different shapes depending on what your interests are. So again, if you're someone who really likes sports, then you might want to check on the sports category, and you could, for example, select a basketball, click Visualize, and it's going to input all of your attributes inside the basketball shape, which is pretty cool and indicative of what your interests are. I am not an athlete, not by any means whatsoever, so I am going to select maybe something a little bit more geometric, maybe something a little bit more abstracted to go and represent who I am. So I kind of like this star. And I'm going to leave it as is, move on, and select different colors. I want to make the background color black so that I can have a lot of contrast and have all of those colors really stand out. Then I can select custom, so selecting shape and then custom, and I can select different colors that I would like my word cloud to have. So if my favorite color, for example, is yellow, I can go and input yellow into the word cloud. If my favorite color is blue, I can go and input a different kind of blue into the word cloud as well. I'm going to be adding some pink. Click apply, and anytime that you guys add colors, it's going to be added right over here to this list of swatches. Next, I'm going to move on to fonts. And this is where you can select different fonts for your word cloud. Now this font looks kind of cool. It's kind of like big and blocky and cartoony, but I think I want to select something a little bit more. This font called Pacifico, click Visualize, and every time you click Visualize, it's going to update with whatever settings you guys selected. So I definitely recommend that you play around with different font options until you find one that is appealing to you. Finally, I'm going to select Layout. And as you can see, each of these words are kind of like horizontal, but I like them to be a little bit more randomized. So I'm going to select Random, I'm going to click visualize again, and it's going to look a little bit less organized and a little bit more randomized, which for me is a little bit more appealing. Once you guys are happy with your word cloud, it's time to share it with the class. To share it, you're going to go to download, and it's going to give you several options. We're only going to focus on the first two because they're free, and we're going to ignore these because you have to pay for them. So I'm going to select PNG free, click download SQ image or standard quality image. If you go to your downloads folder, you guys will see your brand new word cloud, which you guys are going to be inputting into your discussion on Schoology so that you can share it with the class. Hope this video was useful to you. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions, and I can't wait to see all of your word clouds and learn a little bit more about you. Peace out.